Welcome to everyone. This is Babu Rao Kunchala. In this video, I would like to discuss about Odisha School of Temple Architecture. In previous videos, already we discussed about Nagara style, Dravidian style, and Khajuraho School of Architecture. Like Nagara, Dravidian, and Khajurahos, Odisha School of Temple Architecture also important for UPSC exam. Not only for UPSC, it is important for all competitive exams. So Odisha School of Temple Architecture, also called Kalinga style of temple architecture. Odisha School of Temple Architecture followed all the features of Nagara style of architecture along with some additional features. That is a uniqueness of Odisha School of Architecture. So one by one I will discuss in this video. So Odisha School, actually the school started from 7th century AD to, and it reached peak stage from 16th century AD to 16th century AD. But anyway, in 10th century, 11th century and 12th and 13th centuries, 10th to 13th centuries, the school was patronized by Somavamshi rulers, and later the school developed under Ganga rulers. That means here this school started under Somavamshi rulers, but it reached peak or zenith stage under Ganga rulers. So already I mentioned, the school followed Nagara style of architecture. So first one, the exterior walls were lavishly decorated with intricate carvings, but interior walls were left plain in the school. Temple walls were decorated. Temples walls were decorated with intricate carvings. Only exterior walls of the temples were decorated, but interior walls of the temple were left plain. If you look, Khajuraho temple, both exterior and interior walls were decorated fully with intricate carvings. But in Odisha school, only exterior walls were decorated, but interior walls were left plain. So next one, the use of, there was no use of pillars in the porch. Iron girders were used instead to support the roof. So use of the pillars is one of the unique feature of Nagara style. But in Odisha school, there was no use of pillars. Instead of pillars, they were used iron girders to support the roof. So the shikaras in the Odisha school were known as diols. Actually, reka diols. They were almost all vertical roofs which are suddenly curved inward sharply. Already we discussed in Nagara style. That is the reka shikaras and Vallabhi shikaras and Pamshana shikaras. Already we discussed these shikaras. So here reka diols, here shikaras were known as reka diols. They were almost all vertical roof which are suddenly curved inward sharply. So then here Mandapas were known as Jagmohans in this region. Actually, Jagmohan, which is interconnected to the main temple, it is actually started by these interconnected to the main temple. It is called two-part structure or two-part architecture because main temple and one mandapa which is interconnected. This two-part style of architecture started by Somavamshi rulers. Later, two more additional structures added to Jagmohana by Ganga rulers. So the two more additional structures are like Nata Mandapa and Bhoga Mandapa. Nata Mandapa is a dancing hall, whereas Bhoga Mandapa is offering some offerings to the people. So next one, the ground plan of the main temple was square. Temples were surrounded by a boundary walls as in Dravidian style of temple architecture. This is the one more unique feature. But Odissi school followed Nagara style of architecture, but it also followed some features of the Dravidian style. In Nagara style there was no boundary walls, but Odissi school followed the boundary walls. Odissi school temples were surrounded by boundary walls like in Dravidian style of temple architecture. That is the one of the unique feature. There was no use of pillars, but pillars is one of the unique feature of the Nagara style. But in Odissi school there was no use of pillars. Instead of pillars they were used iron girders. And here they used boundary walls. Temples were surrounded by boundary walls as in Dravidian style of temple architecture. That is one of the additional feature of Odissi school architecture. So example for Odissi school architecture, Sun Temple and Konark, it is also known as Black Pagoda. This Black Pagoda, as the first rays of the sun entered the Garbhagriha through the sea facing pagoda. That is one of the uniqueness of Sun Temple at Konark. Sun rays entered Garbhagriha through the sea facing pagoda. Next one is Jagannath Temple at Puri. It is called white pagoda. Sun Temple is now also known as Black Pagoda. Jagannath Temple also known as White Pagoda because it is constructed with the white materials and white stones. And next one, Lingaraj Temple at Bhubaneswar is one more example for Odissi school of architecture. So Odissi school of architecture, these three main temples, Sun Temple at Konark, Jagannath Temple at Puri, and Lingaraj Temple at Bhubaneswar. Lingaraj Temple at Bhubaneswar was built in 11th century AD. Jagannath Temple at Puri was built in 12th century AD. The Great Sun Temple at Konark built in 13th century AD. 11th, 12th and 13th century AD. So Odissi style is also called Kalinga style of architecture. 11th century and 12th century, 13th century, and before 11th century there was some temples in Odisha, and after 13th century also there was number of temples in Odisha, in particularly Kalinga region. So what type of temples were there before 11th century and what type of temples are there after 13th century? Then main temples and Jagmohan, then I will explain one by one. Main temple and Jagmohan are interconnected, so it is form an integral part. During this time, 11th and 12th and 13th century, the unique feature of the temples Main temple and mandapa are interconnected. Here mandapas are called Jagmohana. Both are interconnected. So it forms an integral pattern. 11th and 12th and 13th century, main temple are connected. Main temple and Jagmohana are interconnected. Jagmohana means mandapa or Maha Mandapa, interconnected. So it forms an integral pattern. This style prominent between 11th and 13th centuries. But you know, it prominent in 11th and 13th century, and before 11th century, some of the temples already used the Jagmohana style or interconnected style of temple architecture. Earliest example for integral pattern architecture was Parasurama temple of Bhubaneswar in 7th century AD. So it was the earliest example. Then after 7th century, 11th century, 11th, 12th and 13th century, they used the same technique and they built these three temples like Lingaraja, Jagannath and Sun temples. But what was the earliest example for integral part architecture? Parasurama temple of Bhubaneswar. So the Kalinga style reached zenith during the period of Ganga rulers, when two more structures added the front of two-part temples. Here main and Jagmohana are called two-part temples because interconnected. These temples were built during the time of Somavamsi rulers. This style built during the time of Somavamsi rulers, but it reached peak stage under Ganga rulers. What Ganga rulers done here? They added two more structure architecture to the Jagmohana. Two more structures added the front of two parts temples in order to meet the needs of the elaborate rituals. I hope you understand. Then the two-part temples were started by Somavamsi rulers. It is mostly you can see in Lingaraj temple, Jagannath temple and Sun temple. Two-part temple meaning main temple and Jagmohana are interconnected. Main temple one structure and Jagmohana is one architecture. These two architectures interconnected. Main temple and Jagmohana means mandapa are interconnected. This is two-part temple. And what happened? These two-part temples actually developed under Somavamsi rulers. Later, Ganga rulers added some more structures to the two-part temples in order to meet the needs of the elaborate rituals. So, what type of structures they added? Ganga rulers added to the two-part temples. First one is Nata Mandapa, dancing hall, and the second one is Bhoga Mandapa, hall of offerings. They added two more structures. Now you can see main temple connected with Mandapa, that is called Jagmohana, and now Jagmohana connected with one more Mandapa, that is called Nata Mandapa, and another Mandapa connected with Nata Mandapa, Bhoga Mandapa. Now how many Mandapas? Three Mandapas, one main temple. First main temple and three Mandapas. In front of the main temple, which Mandapa here? You can see Jagmohana, that is a big Mandapa, Maha Mandapa. And after Jagmohana, you can see Nata Mandapa, dancing hall. And after dancing hall, Bhoga Mandapa. These all are interconnected. Three Mandapas. So, the temple building activities in Odisha continued uninterrupted between the 7th and 16th centuries. Temple architecture continued in Odisha area. In 7th and 16th centuries, you can see number of temples built in Kalinga area. So one of the example here, Vitala temple at Bhubaneswar and Varahi temple at Chaurasi. Vitala temple at Bhubaneswar and Varahi temple at Chaurasi. Two examples. So these temples were dedicated, these two temples were dedicated to the goddess Chamunda and Varahi respectively. Vitala temple dedicated to Chamunda and Varahi temple dedicated to the Varahi. These are two goddesses. These goddesses, this structure, these temple structure influenced by Shakti cult. You know the Shiva, you know the Vishnu, and one more cult is called Shakti. Mother goddess like what we call Parvati, Durga, Kali. The Shakti cult also became prominent in eastern part of India. So the temple architecture continued in Odisha between 7th and 16th centuries. Next one, there is another class of temples in Odisha. So circular shape of the temples and roofless structures. Circular shape and roofless structures dedicated to 64 yojani belongs to the Tantric order. This is the one more type of the temples in Odisha. Circular shape with roofless structure. Roofless structure, these temples dedicated to 64 yojanis. 64 yojanis to the Tantric order. Tantric. You know the 64 yojanis around the Bhairava. Bhairava. The main god here, Bhairava, and Bhairava was surrounded by or around yojani in each in niche. So that is one of the prominent feature in Odisha school. So Kalinga architecture progressed well under the patronage of the Somavamshi kings of Odisha during the 10th and 11th centuries. Then one more temple you can see, Mukteshwara temple, also built by the Somavamshi rulers in 10th century. It is at Bhubaneswar. It is considered a gem of Odisha architecture. Mukteshwara temple considered as a gem of Odisha architecture. One more temple built by the Somavamshi rulers in 11th century AD, that is Rajarani temple. So number of temples built in Kalinga area, at Kalinga place, not only Konark and Sun temple, Lingaraj temple and Puri temple. Along with these, you can see number of temples, number of styles, temple styles in Odisha. So right, I hope you understand the Odisha school of architecture.